Fue una gran victoria, lo hicimos muy bien, pero... Excuse me, guys.
Jordan, what do you think it meant for you guys to get you and Deion more involved in the passing game today?
It felt good, we just went out there and we felt comfortable. We had a good couple practices the last 2 days, so we felt comfortable out there. And I've been telling them guys if we get a little time that we're gonna make some plays happen.
Jordan, how did it feel to actually win a football game after not winning since the first game of the season?
Yeah, it feels good to win. Just stay patient with it, man. We're coming along. We got some young guys. We got some guys in new roles, me including. So just stay with it. But it feels good to win.
Do you feel a little more confident now with Austin? A little better rhythm there?
Yes, sir. I feel comfortable. I feel very confident in him. He's a great quarterback. We gotta make plays for him now. Jared being gone, our leader. Johnson stepped up great. I'm trying to come along myself, so we gotta keep making plays for him.
I think you had a big catch on the first drive. I mean, how important was that to get involved early, and how did that carry over?
I think it was very important. We talk about third down a lot, making plays, making the contested catches. That's what Coach Smith has been talking about all week. So I feel like that was a good play, got the crowd in it, and just kept us rolling throughout the day, and we had a good day.
What's the level of competition like? I mean, not an SEC team, but they weren't necessarily easy for you guys either. How do you feel they stacked up, and what kind of lessons did you learn in this game by yourself?
They did good. I feel like as far as lessons learned, I just learned how to work my routes better and kind of use my hands a little bit more. Everybody thinks I'm a deep threat, but I'm trying to work on just my out routes, my comeback routes, and stuff like that, so I can be a complete player.
You feel like you're in the groove now, that you got a few more catches under your belt and everything? A little bit of a slow start, I guess, for you?
Yes, sir. I feel comfortable, game one, I feel a lot more comfortable today. I got a few catches, so it felt good.
You look at South.
Welcome in. It's our Tuesday edition of On the Hill with Pat Jenkins Sports Talk Radio, brought to you each and every day by Lindsay & Associates, with locations in Rogers, also 2 locations in Fayetteville. Lindsay & Associates, we bring great neighbors together. This is also brought to you by Locomotion. It's located just below the Northwest Arkansas Mall in Fayetteville, and also, too, it's brought to you by Fun City. You can catch them just off 412 bypass in Springdale. And if you don't get a chance to catch us each and every day, we always like to let you know you can always catch us on iHeartRadio as we podcast our top segment each and every day of On the Hill with Pat Jenkins Sports Talk on iHeartRadio each and every evening. So if you want to get home, download, grab a bite to eat, and check us out and hear what we talked about here on OTH, you can always catch that on iHeartRadio. But we came in with a lot of visual. We let you hear, but we never let you see. So we just added another piece to the puzzle of On the Hill on how we want to bring it to you. So you're going to start being able to watch a lot of media day availability of the young men, coaches. We want to put a face to a name now and really take you to a place that you hadn't been before. But I want to bring in my producer. I think he came up with this idea. I told you he was the best in the business. And it's about Jordan Jones, how comfortable he's starting to feel, confidence as he's having, with quarterback, fifth-year senior Austin Allen. And when you hear these type of comments from such a young man, Jordan's a redshirt freshman, Demetrius, what comes to mind as far as, his future going forward?
I really see Jordan Jones really coming along. I think he's really going to be a big contribution to the offense. I can really see him getting comfortable where he's playing full speed and not really thinking. I was talking about the other game when I seen him in Texas A&M where he kept putting his foot in the bucket, where he was trying to plant. And I said if he had just put his foot in the ground and cut up, he would have scored. And I think I'm starting to see that maturation towards that type of Sunday player where we're going to be seeing him in the NFL and where he can make those athletic moves and athletic plays that Arkansas has really been missing on the offensive side of the ball.
when you look at the confidence that Austin Allen, and momentarily we're about to pull you up some audio and let you just get a taste of what Austin had to say here momentarily. But when you have a fifth-year senior, a quarterback that lost a lot at that position last year, we're talking about Keon Hatcher, Drew Morgan. These are two guys, and also Jeremy Sprinkle, that have made it onto the NFL rosters, be it practice or playing on Mondays or Sundays. Either way, they're professional athletes. So when you lose that much, Demetrius, is it fair for fans not to really have a high patience level for production at that position with so much young talent? I know you talk about Austin Cantrell, and CJ played a little bit, but they're, for the most part, wide receiver and tight end is quite young, don't you think?
Definitely, and I think that speaks to our wide receiver coach. He does a great job out there. He's really been producing these guys. So I really just think that's the position that we've just seen produce in a high way and fashion for our offense, and fans are just accustomed to seeing that. And these young guys haven't really had the reps because Arkansas has been in such a developmental phase and really trying to get those big wins and establish the culture that they haven't yet made it to that level where they could make those substitutions late in games. We haven't had those type of players yet, but it's really gonna take us to get to that type of level as a program to where we can substitute these younger guys so that they can get reps at a freshman stage and in a sophomore stage, so their junior year they can produce in the way that Arkansas fans really want to see.
Well, we're about to play you some audio from post-game press conference. New Mexico State win, Austin Allen, the fifth-year senior. But we want to get you, before we play that, we want to get you updated as to how this is going to go. Real excited about today's show as we're going to be talking Mizzou with Danny Jones of the Daily Columbian. Danny's going to come on, and we're going to talk about this upcoming ball game. Missouri was on an off week last week, and the week before that just didn't go quite as well as they'd like. How have the Missouri Tigers, prepared to get ready to face another set of Tigers in the Auburn Tigers? We'll find out what Danny has to say. And then at 1:30, we're going to go down to the Bluegrass State, where we're going to catch up with Big Blue Nation's Kevin McGuffey. We're going to see what he thinks. And I'm sorry, they're not playing the Tigers of Mizzou. They're playing Kentucky. See, it's so excited I almost forgot. But we're going to get his take on this Mizzou and Kentucky ball game. And then we're going to round it out today's show by going down and talking to, I'm pretty sure, a very, very not so happy Courtney Asher of Rebel Walk. We'll recap Alabama, and then we'll get you ready for their ball game. They're the team playing the Auburn Tigers. We'll see how they're going to respond. But I'm going to leave it up to Austin, and here's what he had to say post New Mexico State.
Nice to get back to the win. Absolutely.
Tomorrow's going to be a lot better than it has been in the past 2 weeks, so be excited to watch the film, learn from our mistakes, and continue to get better.
What's still having the eye black on?
I take a shower at the facility down there. I don't go shower. There's like 5 showers in there, so I'd rather go be comfortable.
You got Jordan and Deion more involved today. I know the other day you talked about those guys are on the verge of breaking out. Just how good to feel to get them involved. How important was that?
Yeah, it was great. I see it every Tuesday, Wednesday during practice. Those guys making those type of plays, running great routes like that, and just catching the ball. And their number got called and they stepped up. So they'll continue to be relied upon for the upcoming games, and hopefully they continue to keep getting better and playing well.
How important was it to get those guys involved early to kind of loosen them up?
Yeah, it was good. We knew we were going to get some bubble throws, a quick horizontal throw that we got, and just getting Deion the ball, Jordan the ball, Nance the ball just early in the game. I think it got their confidence up. It got them into the flow of the game, and they just continue to play well all 4 quarters.
Ball control offense today really helped you guys.
Yeah, it was. Whenever they went down and scored in the second half, we knew we needed to put a drive together, and just how we continued to get 3rd, 4th downs and kept the clock running, continued the drive, and then ended up punching in the end zone. That was a big-time drive for us, and one of the reasons why we won the game today.
Awesome. They really stuffed the line, short yardage situations. What did you see there?
Yeah, D-line was diving at our guys, just trying to get people on the ground, creating a big mosh pit in there, and safeties, linebackers just trying to come up and fill in the hole. So, it wasn't much running room, but, we got it down there and we scored, so that did our job.
You guys were aggressive on fourth down today. What did you think of that aggressiveness there?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked the calls on fourth down we had, and, we executed, and I think getting those fourth downs is one of the reasons why we won the game. It would have been a 28-17 game, and they would have gotten the ball if we didn't convert those third downs, or fourth downs. So I think it was good calls, and I'm glad we executed.
That was Austin Allen, post New Mexico State. Austin talked about the confidence that he's gaining in Jordan, Dion. Really, Jones&Nance, who's starting to become even more of a talked about wide receiver throughout the conference, let alone just here in Fayetteville. But we're going to step away and get us a real quick break. We've got Danny Jones of the Daily Columbian. Time to talk a little Mizzou. It's on the Hill with Pat Jenkins. Back in a moment.